Hello, welcome to today's class. So in today's class, we'll be discussing some of the hacks or tips to answer your interview questions when you apply for remote jobs with international companies, right? So there's this questions they basically ask almost everybody. Like me, when I applied for some remote roles, they asked me those questions, yeah. And one of the questions they ask me is what I'm going to be discussing and how to approach it like a professional. So here is a smart interview question, or the most common smart questions they ask, right? The question might look like this: what will you do in your first 90 days in this role? Yeah. So a strong answer is supposed to focus on how you're going to contribute, basically like your learnings, relationships, and your contribution. So it's basically talking about how you're going to do those things in the first 90 days. What are your priorities in the first 90 days on the road? So for me, in the first 90 days, my priority will be like understanding how the team works. How does the team works, right? And what the role truly requires me to do. What are my roles and how does it work? How am I going to contribute there? Now, the first few weeks are most importantly for learning. Yeah, you're using the first weeks of working with them to learn not only the responsibilities of your role, but also the people, like understanding the people, the process, how they do things, and the goals of the team. Yes. So basically, I will spend time observing how work flows. Yeah, in the first 90 days, I'll observe, or I'll be observing how the work flows, how decisions are made, and what are the key priorities, what the organization's key priorities are. Now, um this helps me in avoiding, or it helps in avoiding like assumptions too early in your role, or making some assumptions and just doing mistakes. So another important focus during the early phase will be like building strong working relationship with your teammates and your managers. Even though it's remote, you guys are not physically seeing each other, but you get to relate via meetings and so on and so forth. Yeah. So you have to build a strong working relationship with your teammates and your manager, your team lead, whoever you're working with. You have to build that relationship. So every role works better when communication is very clear and people understand how to collaborate effectively. So I'll take my first 90 days to understand what differentiates team members or team leads or managers, what differentiates them from responsibilities, right? How the work is being done, how you connect relationship with work, and how you can best support the team. Exactly, how you can best support the team. Now, once you have a better understanding of the team and the work, now you understand how the team works, you understand your role, how you're going to do your role, your work. Then your next step will be identifying where you can start contributing more actively in your role. How you're going to basically contribute your your own skills, yeah, to the organization. That might involve like taking ownership of certain responsibilities. Now they give you a task to do. from the moment they give you that task to do, it's now your responsibility. So you have to take ownership of it and start doing it, right? So now you're going to help the organization solve their existing problem, which aligns with your goals, which aligns with your skills, which aligns with what you can actually do. So improving small parts of the workflow is where you come in. Like you keep improving their workflow, you keep improving or helping them achieve their organizational goals. So I believe that in the goal of the first 90 days, your goal in the first 90 days is not to make big changes immediately. No, because no matter how you try to do it, your impacts may not be the big ones. Yeah, you can't make big changes, but you start adding value in a thoughtful and consistent way, because every day you got to show up and do your responsibilities and try to meet up to the organizations or your team's goals, and you bringing in your skills to meet up to your roles. So by the end of the first 90 days, your goal will be to have a clear understanding of the role, that is the roles that aligns with your skills. Yeah, strong working relationship with your team, because you have to build that relationship. I said it earlier, you have to build that relationship. Yeah, and then the next thing is you having a good sense of where you can contribute most effectively, because it's another angle. You have to understand how to contribute effectively. Now from there you can focus on improving results and supporting the team's long-term goals, little by little, till you get there. So I hope this helps you in your interview when you're asked that question, right? So I'm going to be dropping more of tips on how you can approach those kind of questions. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next class. Bye for now.